that isn't really taken as a main subject and talked about in the Bible. When would it have happened? It would have to have been somewhere in the Old Testament. But I've read through Genesis many, many times, and the first 5 books of the Bible many, many times, and I've read through all of the history, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd King, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, and I just can't find any mention in Judges and Joshua of a specific ice age. But scientists believe that the ice age was 2.4 million years ago and lasted until 11,500 years ago. Well, we don't believe that the Bible teaches that the earth and the world is that old. And so, dear, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't think it's mentioned in the Bible at all.
Well, other than in the book of Genesis. And when we go to Genesis, we realize that something cataclysmic happened at the moment of the flood when it began. The Bible says the wells of the deep broke open. And we know that there was a canopy around the earth, a vapor canopy, much like a foggy day. And when people were told by by Noah that it was going to rain, they didn't know what that was, because it never rained before. The earth was watered by a dew, and so they believed that the whole earth basically was tropical. What happened in the ice age, from what they can tell, being there are woolly mammoths with undigested flowers in their mouth and in their stomach, says whatever happened almost immediate. This could have been when the flood actually began. Some people believe that perhaps something like a meteorite or a comet or something hit the earth, something of magnitude proportion, and also could have caused a lot of what we know now is the continental drift theory, which we now pretty much believe that it's not much of a theory anymore, that there was a time when the earth was all one landmass. We remember in the book of Genesis, there was a fella named Peleg, and he was named that when the earth broke apart. That's what the Bible says. And so it very much be that there had, at that point, there could have been the earth breaking up and then something like a comet hitting. Now, they believe that the Gulf of Mexico, there from Florida over to the shore of Mexico, could be and probably is a giant meteor crater of the proportion that it would be that it could rupture the vapor canopy around the earth, cause continental drift, cause a complete upset to what we know is normal, could cause mountain ranges to form and change. And so we don't know what the world was like before the flood, but whatever it was so severe that God put a rainbow in the sky saying he would never again destroy the earth with water. Now, it could very well be that that is what happened and why everything was quick frozen. It was that God knew that that meteorite was going to hit the earth, so it wasn't any big surprise for God, or even for that much Noah. God is the one that closed the door on the ark, and so the world underwent a tremendous change, and this is where this could have happened. Now, we do know that dinosaurs evidently lived at the same time human beings did. Oh, you're saying crazy things. No, actually, in Texas, they have fossils of a dinosaur and human footprints in the same strata. Impossible to fake, and yet they are there. So I believe that this is probably what had happened. We do know that God put man in a beautiful place called the Garden of Eden, but we remember he was removed from there and the earth was under a curse. So there's a couple of big points. People say, well, Mike, that's a long time ago. What does it matter now? A lot. Here's why. What the evolutionary belief system, it's not science. It's just belief. You can believe anything. You can believe driving into a brick wall at 100 miles an hour ain't going to hurt you. It will.